Today we're going to be getting a few things done. One is going to be the roof, another is going to be an Enderman farm build for a lot of experience because I very quickly realized that I need experience quickly. On top of that, I need a slime farm. Great googly moogly! Let's get going! But first things first, when I first started digging, I got down a handful of layers, maybe, and I quickly realized that the experience, quote-unquote, experience farm that I had was not working. Well, not fast enough for how many tools I had to actually repair, which was multiple shulker boxes. Well, it was one shulker box, one or two shulker boxes full, but I had to repair them a handful of times. So, a lot is what I'm going to guess, just a lot. So now that the Enderman farm was built, it was just determination and stubbornness driving me to finish this dig. Originally, I wanted to go down not as far, I believe. It's been a while since I've done this, but originally I don't think I wanted to go down as far as I did, but at some point I just decided, you know what? We're gonna bloody do this! Because I thought it would be a cool little brag to myself. And once I'd set my mind to that, yeah, it was pretty much set. There really wasn't an easier way. Like, it was just, I mean, TNT, but I had this determination to do it on my own as just digging it, and so it was many hours of just breaking a lot of stone and andesite and granite and diorite and occasionally farming some dirt. But the most annoying part was absolutely the final like 7 layers, I believe, because that's when the actual deep slate comes into play, and that stuff is not insta-mine. And of course, now that I'm actually looking back on it, there was an easier way to do it, which was using moss. But I didn't have readily available bone meal at the time, so it would have been a bit of a pain to do it to the extent that I was doing it. Now I need to add a couple things to what I wanted to get done today, which might seem a bit bonkers, but I want to add my cactus farm, my pumpkin farm, and my melon farm. Now with that, cactus farm is not finished yet, but I've gotten a few layers built up. I think the only footage I have is of doing one of the layers, because it's all I really did, really. Well, it's all I recorded. But for the melon farm, I only have the placing of the glass in front of it, and the pumpkin farm, I have more of the build. Melon farm, I think I just did on streams. Either way, we're going to add those onto it because I really want to show them off. So as you can see, the cactus farm is tedious as heck. I went with this design because it's the one I just knew off the top of my head. I know you can do like a just like flat on the ground, separate it by a block or two, and then just put stuff in between it, but I don't know. I just like this design because I could put some sort of mini design between the two cactus farms of the same size that I have. But yeah, things will probably change in the future, kind of, because I'm actually adding another farm on top of the cactus farm. That's going to come later. I'm really just a glutton for punishment. Now, on top of that, the melon farm melon and pumpkin farms are easy, but if you're going to go for the size that I went for, it is tedious as heck and mildly annoying. I needed so many pistons and observers. I probably went through a shulker and a half of just pistons and observers. Probably more, to be honest. It's a bit redonkulous, but it is so satisfying seeing all the bone meal come in. It is just like Christmas when my birthday had a baby. It was just so beautiful. And now I never have to worry about bone meal ever again. Now on to the next farm. I really enjoy building farms apparently. So anyway, next one is the slime farm. I have a need for flying machines in the future because I'm going to be eventually building Wan Shitong's library. Now, if you don't remember, it's the library in the desert that is buried under all the sand.
What kind of animal is that? I think that was one of the knowledge seekers.
Oh, we must be close to the library.
No, this is the library. Look! It's completely buried.
So as you saw, underneath all of the sand is a massive library that Wan Shitong has collected over his millennia, I'm assuming, millennias, maybe, of being alive and using his knowledge seekers to get the information into the library. So what I'm going to do, which is probably stupid, but as figured out in the previous parts of this video, I'm a glutton for punishment and I love digging holes. Don't know why, but I do. So I'm going to make my own custom desert, and from there I'm going to have a giant hole dug out where I'm going to build Wan Shitong's library, and then fill it all in with sand, and hate myself afterwards. But it'll look cool up until that point where I can't see the screen because I'm crying. Horribly, horribly crying. So, I need the slime to make the dupers, to make the TNT, so I can, well, not have to, spend 2 billion years digging out all of that. Now then. Now I could talk about the show all day, but let's get into the, well, dig. So, digging took a while, built up the farm, it worked, I have enough slime to last me a while, and of course I want to go bigger than I already have in there, so, but that's gonna be for later. Well, I'll be building that off camera. Either way, on to the main attraction, which, if you just skipped here due to the timestamp, howdy. So, the roof. The roof was a pain because I needed 20 shulkers full of yellow terracotta, 4 of red concrete powder, and red terracotta. So I had to go back to the Badlands that I found, and I had to take what I could. Thankfully, it didn't take too long. I threw up a couple beacons and was able to insta-mine and filled up the shulkers, and the roof build began. Finally. I have not had a roof on this thing for ages, so to finally see a roof on it and to see what I'm working with on the inside, it's just, warms my little heart. So, the thing you might notice from the pictures, if you've watched recently or you'll see on the screen right now, is there's a couple things that I don't have on there at the moment. A couple things I'm going to add later, like the spikes on the top of the roof, but the spikes on the side of the roof and the very top of the roof, I won't be. Because the ones on the side, to make them look good, I would have to actually make those columns on the sides of the building probably 3 times as big, so I could actually get the circular part. Probably bigger, honestly, but either way, I would have to tear down the entire stronghold and rebuild it, and I'm not doing that. So it's not a perfect recreation, but it gets the point across. So, and then the very top, I'm at build height. I have maybe 3 or 4 blocks I can build, but I can't put the spikes on the top, so there was no way I could avoid that unless I literally dug down to, I don't even know, well, probably about 20 blocks more down below, and then terraformed everything around it, but I'd have to keep doing the terraforming as I expanded the world, so that way it still made sense, because in the show, the thing is on a hill. So it just wouldn't work, so we're doing this. Just so you know. So either way, I am incredibly happy with how this build has come along. It's taken me forever and a day to get to this point, but I am so excited to get going. I have the towers on the outside to start building, I have the walls surrounding it, and I want to actually start planning the desert build. Well, outlining the desert. So that is going to be a while. I'm going to need to farm up quite a few sponges and everything, so it's a whole thing. But I am so happy right now. And I can actually start working on the inside and planning all of that and figuring out where X, Y, and Z is going to go. And good golly, Miss Molly, I am just so tickled pink. So now the moment that we have all been waiting for. Trust me, I've been waiting for it just as much as anyone else. So, these 2 replay mod flames One is just kind of showing the inside of the pumpkin and melon farm and cactus farm working, and showing the speed at which is coming coming through. And it's a bit redonk. I'm not even gonna lie, it's a bit redonk. Now, my favorite is the outside. I have been staring at this for far too long, with no roof, just kind of missing things, and it looks glorious. There's a few fine details I need to do, like finish up the glass, and then I need to put string on top of the roof, that way the snow stays off it. Either snow, or either string, or grab a bunch of carpet, because that way mobs won't spawn on it, and snow won't fall on it. I'll have that rhymed. Now, I'm torn only because I don't want the carpet to look weird on it, but I don't think you'll notice it from that far away. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, but I'll test it out and see. Either way, I am beyond happy with how it looks. The next step is the surrounding walls and everything of that, but I'm going to take a little relaxation and hang out and just enjoy looking at it. So hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next one where we conquer a lot more. Alrighty, till next time. Toodles!